Hello everyone. Well, today we're going to be finishing up my Game of Thrones Season 1 episode reviews with Fire and Blood. So, here we go. Starting off in the north, crippled Bran Stark has Osha carry him into the Stark family crypt beneath Winterfell. There, they encountered the youngest Stark brother Rickon and his direwolf Shaggy Dog. Both brothers fell drawn to the crypts after dreaming about the death of their father Ned. As they leave the crypt, Maester Luwin arrives to inform Bran of his father's execution. Aww. Meanwhile, in the Riverlands, at the Stark army camp, Catelyn consoles Robb, who's grieving over his father's death. Robb vows revenge on the Lannisters, but Catelyn reminds him that they must first rescue Arya and Sansa. As the Starks consult their followers over whether to support Stannis or Renly Baratheon, both of whom have challenged Joffrey Baratheon's claim to the throne, Lord Greyjoy Umber instead makes the case for northern independence. The young Greyjoy and the others agree, proclaiming Robb the King of the North. Later, Catelyn interrogates the captive Jaime Lannister. He admits having pushed Bran out of the tower window, but refuses to tell why. At the Lannister army camp, Lord Tywin Lannister and his followers discuss the recent setbacks. Not only have they lost an important battle, and Jaime to the Starks, along with his entire army, but both Baratheon brothers now also threaten them. Because of his grandson's execution of Ned Stark destroyed any hope to sue for peace between the Starks and the Lannisters, Tywin orders his son Tyrion to go to King's Landing in his stead as Hand of the King in order to keep Joffrey under control. Against his father's orders, Tyrion brings the prostitute Shae with him to the capital. Oh boy. Meanwhile, in King's Landing, after a bard Marillion composes a bawdy song about King Robert's death, Joffrey offers him the choice between losing his fingers or his tongue, with the Marillion choosing to have his tongue cut out. Joffrey then leads Sansa onto a small wooden bridge at the top of a battlement and forces her to look upon the heads of her father and other Stark household members mounted on spikes. Ugh. When Joffrey tells her of his plans to add Robb's head to the collection, Sansa defies him by wishing to see his own head mounted there, for which Joffrey has Sir Meryn Trant slap her. Ugh. As Sansa contemplates pushing Joffrey off the bridge, she is stopped by the Hound, Sandor Clegane, who wipes the blood off her mouth and tells her to obey Joffrey for her own safety. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Meanwhile, Arya, after being rescued by Night's Watch recruiter Yoren, takes on the identity of the boy Ari to escape with Yoren and his new recruits. After being picked on by two boys who plan to steal her sword, Arya threatens to kill them until Gendry, King Robert's unknown bastard son, scares them off. Arya and Gendry leave with Yoren's caravan, bound for the Wall. Meanwhile, at the Wall, Jon attempts to desert the Night's Watch to join Robb and avenge his father, despite Sam's pleading. Pursued by Sam, Pip, and Gren, Jon tells them to leave. They convince Jon to return to the Watch by reciting their oath. The next morning, Lord Commander Jorah Mormont tells Jon that he is aware of his attempt at desertion. Nevertheless, he orders Jon to join him in an expedition beyond the Wall, intended to counter the threat of the Wildlings and the White Walkers, and to find the missing First Ranger, Benjen Stark. And finally, in Lizar, on waking up, Daenerys Targaryen learns from Sir Jorah Mormont that her unborn son died, his life used up a Miri's spell that saved the life of Khal Drogo. Drogo has fallen into a catatonic state, which leads most of his followers to abandon him. Rude. Daenerys accuses Miri of tricking her by not revealing the real price of her magic, and Miri reveals that she sought to avenge the destruction of her village and her people. Twist! Unable to bear her husband's condition, Daenerys smothers Drogo with a pillow, killing him. Aww. Daenerys and her remaining followers build a funeral pyre for Drogo. Daenerys places her dragon eggs atop the pyre, and she orders Ser Jorah to tie Miri to it. Having set fire to the pyre, get it? Anyway, Daenerys declares herself queen of a new Khalasar, freeing those who would remain with her. Despite Jorah's worries, Daenerys then steps into the pyre. By daybreak, Jorah and the Khalasar are surprised to find her unharmed in the ashes, carrying 3 dragon hatchlings. Amazed, they bow to Daenerys as one of the hatchlings clambers onto her shoulder, and a dragon screech is heard for the first time in centuries. Whew, that was a lot of stuff, huh? Anyway, let's get some production notes of this, production elements of this story. The episode was written by the showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Like the rest of the first season, it adapts the plot of A Game of Thrones, the first novel in the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R. R. Martin. The episode covers the novel's chapters 66 to 73, that is, Arya 5, Bran 7, Sansa 6, Daenerys 9, Tyrion 9, Jon 9, Catelyn 11, and Daenerys 10. It also covers part of the second novel, A Clash of Kings, Arya 1, Chapter 2, and part of Catelyn 7, Chapter 55. Scenes added for the adaptation include Catelyn and Robb receiving news of Eddard's death, the revelation of Cersei and Lancel Lannister's relationship, as well as the interactions between Grandmaster Pycelle, prostitute Ros, Varys, and Littlefinger. The dragons featured in the episode's finale were implemented by Blue Bolt UK, the lead VFX agency for the first season. VFX supervisor Angela Barson confirmed that the CGI dragons were among the most stressful effects, prompting sleepless nights. Commenting on the episode's climactic scene where the hatchling dragons are revealed, actress Emilia Clarke told VH1, quote, "You see the relationship that Dany has with her eggs, and you see that grow and grow and grow, and kind of the intuitive connection she has with them. You see that develop really beautifully." Clarke also hinted that she expected to get, quote, to play with some more dragons in the second season, based on her conversations with book author and executive producer George R. R. Martin. VFX data wrangler Niall McAvoy later confirmed that dragon presence would be increasing in Season 2. That's good. In the scene where Joffrey forces Sansa to view the heads of Ned and his entourage on spikes, one of the prosthetic heads briefly seen in profile is that of former U.S. President George W. Bush. In their commentary on the DVD release of Season 1, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss explained that this was not meant as a political statement, but rather because the production used the prosthetic heads that happened to be at hand. Following media reports in June 2012, HBO apologized for this shot, which their statement described as, quote, unacceptable, disrespectful, and in very bad taste. The statement also said that the shot will be edited for any future home video production and TV broadcasts. HBO removed the episode from digital download services until the scene was edited. In the edited scene, the head bears no resemblance to Bush. Yeah, I'm just gonna think they kind of edited that for, well, reasons. So anyway, as the Season 1 finale, it's pretty darn good, and hey, we get to see baby dragons, so that's a plus. So overall, I give Fire and Blood 5 Iron Thrones out of 5. Well, next week I'm going to be starting reading Book 2 from the Song of Ice and Fire series, which is A Clash of Kings. So yeah, then when I'm done reading that book, then I'll review episodes from Season 2. So, yeah. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and in the words of House Stark, winter is coming.